Have you ever noticed how certain things quietly weigh you down, cluttering your mind and your life without you realizing it? Imagine how light and free you'd feel if you could simply let go of those things, those distractions, burdens, and unnecessary obligations that only bring you down. Today we're diving into something incredibly transformative. 11 things you should quietly eliminate from your life, inspired by the wisdom of Stoicism. You won't need to announce your decisions to the world or make a scene. Just take quiet, intentional action to improve your well-being. Ready to begin? Let's get right into it. 1. People who hurt you. We all know someone who consistently hurts or drains us emotionally. Maybe it's a friend who constantly takes but never gives, or a family member who only seems to reach out when they need something. These people might not even realize the impact they have on us, but over time, their negative energy weighs heavily on our well-being. Now, you don't need to announce to the world that you're cutting someone off. You don't need to have a dramatic confrontation. In fact, the most empowering way to distance yourself from toxic people is quietly and without fanfare. This isn't about revenge or bitterness. It's about self-preservation. Think of it this way. Imagine carrying a heavy bag everywhere you go. You don't realize how much it's slowing you down until you finally set it down and feel the lightness in your step. Toxic relationships are like that heavy bag. Quietly letting go of those who bring harm or negativity into your life allows you to move forward freely. And if someone asks why you're distancing yourself, there's no need for harsh words. Simply say you're focusing on yourself, your mental health, or personal growth. This subtle shift will open up room for healthier, more positive relationships to enter your life. 2. Unnecessary goals. Have you ever found yourself pursuing a goal simply because you felt you should? Maybe it's a career path you thought would make you happy, or an ambition you've been chasing because others said it was the right thing to do. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize goals that align with our true nature. Eliminate unnecessary goals that no longer serve your purpose. These are goals that may have once seemed important but now feel like burdens. It's okay to change your mind, and it's okay to let go of dreams that no longer inspire you. Instead of broadcasting your decision to abandon these goals, quietly move forward in a new direction. There's no need to justify your choice to anyone. Quietly eliminate them from your life and refocus on what truly matters to you. By doing this, you free up energy and mental space for goals that align with who you are now, not who you were when you set those old goals. 3. Publicizing personal breakups. It's tempting to vent about a breakup or falling out, especially when emotions are running high. Social media makes it so easy to post about our heartbreak, hoping for validation or sympathy. But when we air our personal struggles to the world, we often invite opinions that we don't need, and sometimes they only make the pain worse. Instead of sharing every detail with friends, family, or online, practice quiet reflection. Take a step back and think about the lessons you can learn from the experience. What did it teach you about your own boundaries, your needs, your values? Let's say you just ended a long-term relationship. It might feel relieving to post about your ex's faults or talk endlessly with friends about what went wrong. But in doing so, you're reliving the pain over and over again. You might even find yourself becoming more bitter instead of healing. Stoicism teaches us to control what we can, and we can't control other people's opinions of our breakups. By keeping personal hardships private, we maintain our dignity and give ourselves space to heal. In time, you'll find that your peace of mind matters more than seeking temporary comfort through validation. Quiet healing is powerful. 4. Emotional outbursts. It's easy to lose our cool when life throws challenges at us. Whether it's stress at work, arguments with loved ones, or even just a frustrating day, many of us are quick to express anger or frustration. But emotional outbursts only bring temporary relief, often leaving us feeling worse afterward. According to Stoic philosophy, the key to peace is mastering your emotions. That doesn't mean suppressing them, but rather acknowledging them and redirecting that energy constructively. Instead of yelling, crying, or lashing out in front of others, take a deep breath and ask yourself, how can I channel this emotion in a way that benefits me? By staying calm in stressful situations, you gain control. You're no longer a victim of your emotions, but a master of them. It's okay to feel anger, frustration, or sadness, but let those emotions fuel positive actions, like tackling a task or solving a problem rather than losing control. Master your reactions, and your life will start to feel more manageable. 5. Negative judgments of others. We've all been there, caught up in a conversation where we start judging someone else's choices or character. It feels satisfying at the moment, but afterward, we're left with a sense of discomfort. The Stoics would argue that by engaging in negative judgments of others, we only hurt ourselves. Why waste energy on opinions that serve no positive purpose? People will always have flaws and make mistakes, but their choices are not within your control. Instead of criticizing others, focus on improving yourself. If someone irritates you or their actions bother you, consider it a chance to practice patience and understanding. When you stop judging others, you free yourself from unnecessary negativity. You'll notice that your relationships become more harmonious, and you'll feel lighter as if a weight has been lifted. Practice tolerance and recognize that everyone is on their own journey, just as you are. 6. Comparing yourself to others. In today's digital world, we're bombarded by everyone's highlight reels on social media. A quick scroll through Instagram or TikTok can leave you feeling like you're behind in life. Someone else has a better job, a nicer house, or appears to be living a more glamorous life. But what we forget is that social media only shows the best, most polished parts of someone's life. We rarely see the struggles, failures, or insecurities hiding behind those perfect posts. Comparison can be especially harmful when it makes you feel like you're not enough. The reality is that your journey is unique to you. What works for someone else might not work for you, and that's okay. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from within, from living in alignment with your own values, not from trying to live up to someone else's life. Instead of comparing yourself to others, try comparing yourself to the person you were yesterday. Have you grown? Have you learned something new? Are you closer to your personal goals than you were last week? That's what matters. Imagine a runner on a track. If they keep looking at the person in the lane next to them, they'll slow down, lose focus, and probably trip. But if they keep their eyes on their own lane and their own pace, they're more likely to finish strong. Life is like that race. When you focus on your own journey, without worrying about where others are, you'll go much further and feel more fulfilled in the process. 7. Mindless social media consumption. Social media can be a great tool for connection and inspiration, but it's a double-edged sword. Without even realizing it, we can spend hours scrolling through feeds, absorbing content that doesn't serve us. Worse yet, we often leave feeling worse about ourselves. Stoicism teaches us to be intentional with our time and energy. Instead of mindlessly consuming social media, try setting limits. Decide what kind of content you want to engage with and how much time you'll dedicate to it each day. Ask yourself, am I using social media to enhance my life, or am I using it to escape from it? By quietly cutting down on social media consumption, you'll find more time for things that truly matter. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying the present moment, less screen time means more real life. 9. Gossip might seem harmless, like idle chit-chat between friends, but it's a destructive habit that eats away at our integrity. When we gossip, we're not just spreading negativity about others, we're also damaging our own peace of mind. The Stoics believed that what we say and do should be virtuous, aligned with our higher selves. Gossip is far from virtuous. Think about the last time you engaged in gossip. Maybe you felt a fleeting sense of excitement or superiority, but how did you feel afterward? Did it leave you feeling satisfied and fulfilled, or did it leave a bitter aftertaste? More often than not, gossip leaves us feeling worse. What's more, Gossip creates a culture of mistrust. If you gossip about others, people might start to wonder if you're talking about them behind their backs too. It's a cycle of negativity that harms relationships and breeds suspicion. To eliminate gossip from your life, start by noticing when you feel tempted to talk about someone else's misfortune or mistakes. Ask yourself, is this conversation helpful? Is it kind? If the answer is no, steer the conversation toward something more positive or simply stay quiet. You'll find that by choosing not to engage in gossip, your relationships become more genuine and your mind becomes more peaceful. 10. Unrealistic expectations. Life rarely goes as planned. We set high expectations for ourselves, for others, and for the way things should be. But when reality doesn't meet those expectations, disappointment follows. Stoicism teaches us to accept life as it is, not as we wish it to be. Having expectations isn't inherently bad, but unrealistic expectations, those that are rigid or unattainable, set us up for frustration. For example, expecting your partner to always know what you're thinking, or hoping for a promotion after a few months on the job without any setbacks are examples of expectations that can lead to disappointment. Instead of holding on to these rigid expectations, embrace flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and people are imperfect. By lowering your unrealistic expectations, you allow life to flow more naturally. This doesn't mean you settle for less. It means you stop trying to control every outcome. When you practice accepting reality as it is, you'll find more peace. If something doesn't go as planned, you adapt and move forward without getting caught up in what should have happened. This mindset shift frees you from the constant stress of unmet expectations and helps you live in the present moment with more ease. 11. Negative speech and negativity. Finally, eliminate negative speech from your life. Whether it's speaking badly about others, complaining about your circumstances, or engaging in self-deprecating talk, negative speech only perpetuates a negative mindset. The Stoics believe that our words are powerful, and the way we speak influences the way we think. By choosing to speak positively, we can shift our mindset from one of scarcity and dissatisfaction to one of gratitude and abundance. Start paying attention to the words you use. When you catch yourself speaking negatively, pause and reframe your thoughts. It's not about ignoring reality, but about choosing to focus on the good rather than dwelling on the bad. Conclusion. There you have it. 11 things you should quietly eliminate from your life. By doing so, you create space for peace, growth, and happiness. These changes don't require grand gestures or public announcements. Simply start letting go, bit by bit, and watch how your life transforms. The wisdom of Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and by eliminating these 11 things, you take control of your life in the most empowering way. You don't need to shout about your progress. Quietly, calmly, and consistently, you can create a life filled with more peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more insights on living a more intentional and mindful life. Until next time, remember, quiet strength speaks volumes.